Hey, what's up Beam Tribe? James from Australia here. So we're going to do a video series on movement and some of the most important concepts and mindsets around movement that will help you on your journey. So we'll start with the concept of movement nutrition, and this is one of my favorite analogies that I got from Katie Bowman's books, and I highly recommend you check out her book Move Your DNA if you want to go deeper on this stuff. But for this video I'm going to summarize the concept and then we can apply it to some of the future videos in the series. So movement nutrition is the idea that movement acts like a nutrient in the body, and it does this through a process called mechanotransduction, and that is basically just the conversion of mechanical input or physical input or load into biochemical signals and processes that affect the behavior of our cells and affect the structure and function of our cells as well. And our cells make up our tissues, which make up our organs, which make up our whole body. So obvious examples of this in action would be things like bone mineral density and muscle mass. So if you go on a period of bed rest where you're unable to move for a period of time, then your bone density and muscle mass will both decrease regardless of how much protein or calcium or minerals that you're intaking through food. And so the bones and muscles literally require the movement and load in order to maintain their mass, in order to remain healthy and to function optimally. And the same thing goes for many different organ systems. In fact, pretty much all organ systems in the body require movement to function optimally. So research will show that digestive system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, nervous system, all of these are heavily influenced by movement. And just like with food, where we know that we need the right quantity, quality, and variety of foods in order to have a well-balanced, nutritious diet, the same thing goes for movement. So with movement quantity, we're looking at, are you moving enough in order to maintain your health? Or are you moving too much that you're getting injured or overtraining? With quality, we're looking at things like, is it a fast or slow movement? Is it powerful? Is it skillful, coordinated, efficient? All of these ways that we can describe the movement being done. And then there's variety, which is basically how many different ways are you moving and how many different body parts are moving when you do move. So throughout our evolutionary history, our well-balanced movement diet would have come from just all of the natural movements that we would have to do in order to survive in a natural context. So things like walking, running, sprinting, jumping, climbing, throwing, lifting, carrying, fighting, all of these things we would have to do as a matter of necessity on a day-to-day basis. And that would have given us a great balance of quantity, quality, and variety. Whereas in today's society, we've systematically outsourced our movement to other humans or animals or machines and technology, so that we just no longer need to move in order to survive. And because we don't need to move, then we're really good at conserving energy and sort of being lazy, then we don't need to move, and so we tend not to as much. And this has just left us with a mismatch in what our biology expects from us in terms of movement and what our body is getting. And we do need to combat this. It's a very important thing to increase or improve our movement diet and for our health and longevity long term. And we can do this through living a more movement-centric lifestyle and developing a movement practice. And we're going to talk about those concepts in the future videos. But for now, just have a think about your own current movement diet and if there might be quantity, quality, or variety missing from that. And have a think about if there's any ways that you can already think of that you can improve that diet. And then come back to these videos if you want some more tips and strategies for how to do that. We'll be covering them in the next ones. So look forward to seeing you then.